In this video, I'm going to show you how to create a conversational cost calculator form for your site. For example, fill the fields. You have conditional fields here. Based on the selection, you will be redirected to different questions. You'll see all the prices on every step, and you can add 24 different field types. When the message has been sent, there will be a thank you message, and done. Setting this up is really easy, so let's jump in. The plugin I'm going to use in this video is called QuillForms. As you see, currently it has more than 4,000 active installations and it has awesome reviews. If you would like to see the different demos, then click on these links. It doesn't contain a calculator form, and this is the reason I'm gonna build one. There is also a pro version, and the main difference between free and the pro version is that the pro version has these features you see on the screen right now. That is file upload, partial submission, phone block. It has a drop-off rate analysis. If you need a conditional logic or calculator, then this is also added with the pro version. If you need to add a hidden fields or custom URL parameters or track UTM parameters, then free version doesn't have it, pro version has it. It has a bunch of integrations with Zapier, PayPal and so on. So basically just scroll through the list and you'll see all the integrations and features for the pro version. I'm gonna put the link to the pro version in the video description. These are the current prices, and as you see, there is a 30% off campaign going on right now. But if you take a look at the description of this video, then you will get 35% off even when the campaign is over. So just follow the link, use a coupon, and you're good to go. If you want to try it before purchasing, then click on this button here, and then you'll be redirected to this site, fill the field, and you will get an access to the demo site. I have already created one. It's here. So take a look. On the left, you'll see a menu called QuillForms. If you take a look at all forms, you'll see what's happening here. I've already created one. And let's start by clicking on a button, new form. Now you have two options, whether to start from scratch or choose a template. If you select the template, then there are a bunch of cool templates for you to use. You can preview them. For example, let's take a look at the job application form. You'll see the preview. You can add your own answers here and see how does it look like. If you would like to use this template, then just click on use this template button and you can start customizing it. Now, this is nice and dandy, but I'm gonna create a form from scratch. So let's start here. Give it the title, WordPress cost calculator. Let's create it. And now you'll see that there is already one question added here. To add another field, click on this plus button here. And you'll see that currently you can choose between 24 different field types. First, I'm going to select group field and I'm going to delete this field here. Why did I choose group field? It's because on one page I would like to display multiple questions. I'm going to add a title here, contact details. Let's select it and make it bold. Next, I'm going to add a question name. That is your name. It's going to be a required field. Now I'm going to add another field. This time it's going to be an email field. Question is your email, and it's also a required field. Now I'm going to select the contact details page and I'm going to split it left. That is, on the left, I'm going to display an image. Let's add an image. For example, this one here, and done. First page of the conversational form is already finished. But what can I do is I'm going to go to the design and I can choose a theme for it. By default, you don't have any themes created. You can create your own theme. I already created one. For example, if I add this theme, then you'll see how does it look like here. If I select this one here, then it looks like this one. But I can also create my own theme. So let's start with it. Let's create a new theme and let's give it a title. For example, silver background is gonna be slightly grayish color. Let's add a logo, this one here. It's gonna display it up on the top left. Font family is gonna be Monster label font inherit, question description font inherit. Colors, question color, I'm gonna leave it as it is. Answer color is gonna be darker. Button colors, I'm gonna leave it as it is. I'm not gonna mess with other colors. Typography and spacing, select the preset for the typography. As you see, you can choose it here. I'm gonna choose medium. You can customize the font separately for desktops and mobiles. You'll see it here. Next, borders, buttons border radius and border width. And there is also buttons padding. Let's make it a bit bigger, 30 and 33. Save as a new theme and done. Later I'm gonna show you what happens behind the logic option here. At the moment I'm gonna go back to the questions, although it seems to me that the answer area needs a bit tweaking, so I'm gonna change the text input for answers. I'm gonna make it a bit smaller, for example 20 pixels. Let's save it, and now let's add another question. This time it's gonna be a group field, and I'm gonna add picture choice inside it. I'm gonna drag it here. I'm gonna delete the default question. Next I'm gonna add a question and the description. Next I'm gonna add a choose your website type. I'm gonna click on the question here. It's gonna be a required question. I can choose whether I allow selecting multiple answers. I'm not gonna do that. I need them to choose only one answer at a time. Now I'm gonna add 2 additional answers. First answer is static HTML. Next is CMS WordPress. And the third one is e-commerce site. I'm gonna choose an image for this one. Next one is for the WordPress. I'm gonna choose this image. And third is for the e-commerce, this one here. Now as you see, this image here is a bit cropped out. It happens with this image, and it's because the image width and the image height are not the same. I'm gonna tweak it, and now it's better. The ratio is gonna be 1:1. Width and height is 178 pixels. Every time you change something, you can preview your form, and as you see currently it looks like this. Okay, let's go back. We have 2 pages added. Now let's choose your website type and let's add some logic here. Before I proceed with the video, don't forget to smash that like button down below here. It means a lot to me and it also helps my channel. So I would appreciate your help. I'm gonna open up a logic and calculator, and since I'm using a simple calculator, I'm gonna choose points, and I'm gonna give points for every element I have here. Static HTML costs 300, WordPress 500, and e-commerce is 700. If I would like to create more complex calculator, then I can do it here. Add a calculator rule after answering questions whether to add, subtract, divide or multiply, score. For example, if this is equal or not equal, then do this or do that. You can add multiple rules here. I'm gonna delete those at the moment because I don't need it. I'm just gonna add points. If you need even more complex rules, then you can select the variables. Now what are the variables? You can add as many variables as you like. For example, let's add one called value added tax. Initial value is 0.22, and it's because value added tax in my country is 22%. But I can add as many variables as I like. For example, shipping, value 20, next one handling fee 10, and so on and so forth. Now where can you use the variables? Go to the calculator. If you're using more complex calculators, then add a calculator rule. So I'm gonna choose score, and I'm gonna add a shipping fee, and I'm gonna apply it always. I can add another rule. For example, let's multiply score with value added tax, and this is the other rule. So as you saw, using variables is pretty easy. At the moment I'm gonna delete the calculator and variables, but as I said, I'm creating a simple cost calculator, therefore points are the way to go. Since it's a cost calculator, I would like to display the current amount on every page, and in order to accomplish that, I'm gonna add a statement field. I'm gonna drag it inside this group. The title is current total, and next I'm gonna insert an @ sign, and I'm gonna choose the score. So whatever is selected here, the score will be displayed down below. For example, like this. As you see, based on my selection, this amount is different. I'll also add a currency sign after the score. Next, I'm gonna duplicate this group. I'm gonna delete choose your website type field, but I'm gonna leave the total in place. I'm gonna modify the question, and this time I'm gonna ask how many pages or posts need to be added by us, and a short explanation. Now I'm gonna add multiple choice field. I'm gonna drag it here. It's gonna be a required field. I can make it half width, 1/3 width, or full width. I'm gonna leave it as a full width. There will be 3 answers. First is 1 to 20. Second is 21 to pages or more than 40. As you see, every question has a letter A, B, or C. I don't like it, therefore I'm gonna go and open up form settings, and there are some options here. First, I can hide the progress bar. I'm not gonna do that. I can disable swiping by wheel. I'm not gonna do that. But I'm gonna deactivate letters on answers. I don't need it. I'm not gonna display question numbers, hide navigation arrows, or hide asterisks on required fields. Animation direction, whether it's vertical or horizontal. You can activate auto submit the form after answering the last question. I'm not going to do that. And you can display the QuillForm branding if needed. Under the messages, you can customize all the form field messages. Under the document, you can change the title or slug. You can add your custom CSS or custom fonts. So I deactivated letters on answers, and as you see, those are missing here. Oh, one more thing, I need to add a question here, choose your number. Now I'm going to open up the logic and calculator because I need to add some pricing values for the pages. And this time the prices are the ones you see on the screen right now. When this is done, I'm going to close it down and I'm going to duplicate this page. And I'm going to ask how many pages, products or posts need to be added by us. I'm going to change the descriptions because it's slightly different. Now you may ask, why do I do basically 2 similar pages? It's because later I'm going to use conditional jump logic and I'm going to display this page number 3 for one selection and this one for other selection. Other than that, everything stays the same, but I'm going to open up the logic and calculator. I'm going to add prices for this selection. Numbers are similar. And when it's done, then I'm going to close it down and duplicate this one here. Now you may ask, why do I duplicate all the time? Well, it's because it's much easier. I don't have to add the current total field every time. Fields are a bit similar, so it's much easier for me to do that. This page is called additional module for website. A small description here. Let's modify this title, choose your needed modules, and let's add some answers. Custom logo design, image slider, contact form. Let's add 3 additional modules here, and those are events calendar, image gallery, and booking system. Now I can choose between vertical alignment or horizontal alignment. I like horizontal alignment more, so I'm gonna leave it as it is. But as you already guessed, I'm gonna go to the logic and calculator points, and let's add prices for different services. For the logo, for the slider, for the contact form, and so on and so forth. When this is done, I'm gonna close it down. And once again, I'm gonna duplicate this page. Add a title, additional module for your e-commerce site. Later, I'm gonna add a conditional logic, and this page is only displayed when user chooses e-commerce site here. When they select this one, then this page is displayed. If they choose any other answer, then it's not going to be displayed. Let's change this description a bit. I'm going to click here and I'm going to rename the answers. First is PayPal payments. Second is credit card payments. Third is custom shipping calculator. Now let's add role-based pricing, dynamic pricing, and last one is points and reward system. Let's open up the logic, calculator, points, scroll down, and let's add prices. 50 for this one, 50 for this one, 150 for the calculator, role-based pricing 250, dynamic pricing 200, points and reward system 400. Let's close it down. And now we have only 2 pages to add. This one here is gonna be only for additional information. Let's add description. I'm gonna add a long text field here. I'm gonna delete the short text field. Let's add a question name message. Next I'm gonna click here and I'm gonna override default placeholder. I'm gonna add enter your message here. It's not a required field, so I'm not gonna activate it here. Next, I'm going to duplicate this field here and I'm going to drag it under the additional information. So the current total will be displayed on every page. Last one to add, and this time it's going to be a thank you screen. I'm going to add a message. Thank you. Now, in order to display the name, I'm going to add an @ sign and I'm going to choose a name field. Thank you, Mac, or thank you, Jane. We will reply to your email as soon as possible. Let's make it bold. And I'm going to choose split left because I'm going to add an image here. The image is going to be this one. Select it and done. Let's publish it. It says you have not added any notification to this form to receive results. Let me know how, or don't show this message again. Well, I'm not going to choose this or that. Instead, I'm going to close it down and I'm going to show you what happens here. As you see, there is a tab email notification. Let's add a notification. Title is going to be submission form notification. Next, select whether it's active or not. Send a notification to email or specific field. Reply to whether it's specific email or info based on the form fields, and the form field is your email. Let's add a subject, price inquiry, and message. By default, all answers is selected, but you can customize it as you like. You can delete it and add your own information by choosing these fields here. I'm going to leave it as it is. I can activate conditional logic here. If the name is equal to this or that, then use this notification. I'm going to keep it simple, so add a new notification and done. Now, since we're already messing with a sidebar here, we already covered the settings and email notification. Next, let's take a look at the correct or incorrect answer mode. If you enable it, then you can display answers during quiz. Next one is URL parameters. Those are the UTM parameters you can activate or deactivate. You can add hidden fields to the form and add your parameters over there. Now we have save and continue option, which sometimes can be a useful feature. If you activate it, then you can choose the field that the half-completed form submission link will be sent. As you see, this is a subject, save and continue filling the form, button label, and save the alert. I don't need it for my form, therefore I'm not going to activate it. And last one here is form locker. You can set the password to access the form. You can schedule it by date, restrict access for logged in users only, and set a limit for responses. For example, if it's a events registration form and you would like only 25 people to attend, then you may need to activate this one here. You can restrict usage of the same email address or same phone, and you can restrict by IP address. Now there is one other cool feature I would like to display you, and this is a partial submission point. Let's add it here. That is, I'm going to drag it here. And what happens is, if someone fills this field, and now they drop off, then these answers will be recorded in the system and I can see them. Now pay attention that if I open it up, it says that there are some important privacy considerations. That is, you need to inform your users that their partial responses will be collected and so on. Just read it through and you know whether to use it or not. But how does it work? I'm going to publish it. Let's go to the share tab. I'm going to open up the direct link, open up my site in a private view, visit my form. Let's add my name and email. Let's go here. Let's select something. And now let's go here. Let's select something here and here. And now I drop off thinking, I don't have time for it. I'm going to go away. I'm going to close it down. But what happens is that if someone goes to the results page, you'll see that it says partial. It displays this is filled, this is filled, this is filled, but those are not filled. Nevertheless, my email and my name and some answers are already recorded. So, nifty feature. Okay, almost there. There is one thing we need to configure, and this is conditional logic. So let's go to the logic and jump logic. You'll see the canvas here. You can drag it around. And first thing I'm going to do, I'm going to configure the route. So that is contact details, what type of websites do you need? As you remember, we have 3 options here. And I'm going to customize it a bit. This is displayed for one answer. This is also for this one here. And the other route will be displayed down below here. And what I'm gonna do is that I'm gonna click on this plus button here, and I'm gonna drag the root here, and I'm gonna say that always jump from this page to this one here. And as you see, the root changed. Next, I'm gonna drag this one from here to here, and I'm gonna select always jump from this page to this one here. Next, I'm gonna do the same with this one. I'm gonna drag this root here, and I'm gonna select that always jump from this page to this one here. And next, I'm gonna set up the conditional rules that from here to here, and I'm gonna select that if choose your website type is equal to e-commerce site, then direct me to this page. Let's save it, and you'll see it's here. If you need to edit it, then click on this button here and click on edit. You'll see that this is the rule, and it says that all other cases jump to next block, that is here. So what happens? If someone chooses WordPress or static HTML, they will be redirected here, and then to additional information. If the e-commerce site is selected, then they will be redirected here, and to additional information. Okay, let's publish it, and let's see how to display it on our page. Under the share, you'll see that there is a direct link option. Just copy the URL. You can use a shortcode, customize the width, minimum height and width. You'll get the shortcode here. Next one is embed code. To demonstrate it, you'll see if I copy it, this is my current URL, but now I'm on my other site, as you see, another domain. Let's add a new page with a HTML block. I'm gonna paste this iframe code here, publish it, preview it, and you'll see this is my form embedded on another site. Next one is a pop-up. You can customize a pop-up here. This shortcode will give you a button, and when you add this button on a page, when somebody clicks, then this form opens up. And last one is QR code. You can download it, send it to the users, and they can open up the form using QR code. I'm gonna test it by using the direct link, so I'm gonna open up my private window. Let's test whether everything works. Add my name and email. Let's see whether the prices are correct. Yes, they are. Let's test static HTML 300. Now conditional page is displayed. Let's select something. You'll see all the prices are changing here. Let's go back to previous slide. Let's see whether this conditional logic works. Yes, it works. Awesome. And now let's choose e-commerce site. Also, the conditional logic works. Great. Let's select something here. Aha, as you see, I have messed up something. Therefore, I'm going to go back to the design, open up additional module for the website, and I'm going to allow multiple selection, and I'm going to do the same with e-commerce modules. Let's publish it, refresh the page, and now I can select multiple options here. Additional information, let's submit. Thank you message, and done. Now there is a button again, this one here, but you can customize it. Let's go to the thank you page. You'll see there is a again button. If I scroll down, I can change the text, for example, back to the home page, and button mode is whether to reload or redirect. I'm going to select redirect, add my homepage URL here, publish, and done. Now when I open up my email app, this is the information I have been sent here. But as I mentioned before, I can customize the email content. In order to keep the tutorial short, I didn't do that, but you get the gist. If you take a look at the add-ons, then you'll see what's active and what's not. There are a bunch of useful add-ons here, for example, PDF entries export, save and continue, conditional logic, hidden fields, and so on. All those add-ons are available for pro users. If you take a look at the settings, then you can customize a QuillForms slug if needed. You can disable indexing for your forms. What does it mean is, by default, you have a direct URL to the form. So if you would like to disable indexing, then activate this one here. Some other options, for example, processing form entries for integrations, disable collecting user IPs, disable collecting user agents. And if you would like to add a Google Maps, then you need an API key. Enter it here. To get your API key, follow those links here. Next, some payment options. That is, if you would like to connect your site with PayPal or Stripe or whatever it is, then just open up the method you would like to activate, add your information, and done. Emails options. You can upload your header image and customize the email background. Integrations, that is PDF export, ActiveCampaign, MailChimp, MailerLite, MailPoet, you name it, all those are here. If you would like to send your form submissions to Google Sheet, then open up this integration, follow the tutorial, add your client ID and client secret key, and done. So, as you see, lots of integrations down below here. Next one is reCAPTCHA. If you would like to add a reCAPTCHA to the forms, then enable it here, choose the type, add site key and secret key. And the last one is tracking and analytics. You can track with Google Analytics, Facebook Pixel, and Google Tag Manager. Just add the codes here and done. Under the system, you'll see system information and you can see logs. If you would like to import or export forms, you can do it here. And that's basically it. Now let's go to the forms and let's see what happens here. I have already created one form. It has one response. Let's take a look at the form itself. And you'll see it contains a bunch of fields. Later we're going to build a separate form, so I'm not going to pause here. Instead, I'm going to show you other stuff. That is results. You'll see all the entries here. For example, currently it has one response. If you scroll down, you'll see all the information here. Some notes and PDF export. If you take a look at the integrations, then you can connect your form with selected service. For example, if I would like to use PDF entries export, then I can click on this connect button, add a connection name, PDF export. Whether to add this to the user notifications, yeah, let's do that. File name, quote inquiry, page size, whether it's A4 or any other format. I'm gonna leave it as it is. Font, image quality, font size, let's make it a bit bigger. Font color, orientation, whether to display empty fields or not, whether to enable custom header. If you do that, then you can add your header here, whether to enable custom body. And if you do that, then you can create your own body. For example, hi, let's choose a name, hi Jack, for example. Next, here's your price inquiry quote. And now you can add information, for example, website type and total, and so on and so forth. If you don't want to use it and you would like to just send all the basic information as PDF, then you don't have to enable it. You can enable custom footer or conditional logic. Let's save it. If you scroll down, you'll see all other integration they have available. You don't have to connect any of those, but connect the ones you need. The same goes with the payments. There is a separate video how to accept payments with QuillForms. Take a look at the video. Other than that, you can enable payments, choose your currency format, add products, discount coupons, choose a payment model, for example, whether it's recurring payment or conditional logic based payment, connect your payment methods. Since in the previous step under the settings we did not configure Stripe, I need to configure it, and when it's done, then I can enable it here. Next, you can customize labels and done. So those are the settings for specific form. Now if we go to the results, since we connected PDF export, we can download the PDF file and done. Under the results, you'll see also insights. If you open up the insights, you'll see how many times the forms has been viewed, how many unique visits, how many times someone has started with a form, submissions, completion rate, and average time filling the form. Next, analytics is really important because as you see, there is a question analytics and you'll see what are the drop-off rates for the different questions. And as you see, 43% of users stop filling the form after this question here, 25% here, and so on. This analytics allows you to tweak your form in the future. For example, when you see that almost half of the users drop off filling this question, then most likely there is something wrong with it. You have to tweak it. What else do you have? You can analyze your results, filter them here. You can see the visual graphs here, just as you like. So, if you have lots of form submissions, this allows you to analyze what's happening here or there. And there it is. As you saw, creating a conversational cost calculator form is really easy. Just drag and drop and customize it as you like, and it's done. Now, before you go,
Wait!
If you find this tutorial helpful, then press thumbs up, this one here. And take a look at this side of the screen. It contains 2 good videos. I think you may find them useful. Meanwhile, take care. Bye.